As we've noted, the polling average shows a very tight presidential race, but my Fox News colleagues John Stossel and Maxim Lott keep track of the betting odds. And look at them. They show Hillary Clinton favored by, as of tonight, by nearly 2-1. So why is this? Well, it's the electoral map, and Fox News' Shannon Bream breaks it down for us.
It is tempting when new national polling numbers are released to see them as an accurate reflection of who has the best chance of winning the White House, but often they're not. That is because the Electoral College ultimately casts the votes that determine who will be the next president. So taking a look at how individual states are polling and the electoral votes that they hold, that can be more insightful. It takes 270 electoral votes to become president. Here's where we stand right now. The red states, which run primarily through the heartland of the country, those are the ones we see solidly in the GOP column for now. They account for 154 votes. Missouri right there in the middle, that is classified as leaning GOP. That's another 10 votes. On the other side, the dark blue ones, you can see here, including places like California, we judge those as solidly Democrat. They account for 201 votes. The lighter blue, those are leaning Democrat. That's another 72 votes. So if Hillary Clinton can hang on to the state solidly and leaning Democrat, she's already over the 270 votes she'd need to get to the White House. In yellow, you see these scattered around. Those are our toss-up states. They're worth a total of 101 votes. To pull off a win, then, Trump would not only need to take at least one of these leading Democrat states, he'd also have to get some of those big yellow state prizes like Ohio and Florida. We're going to keep tracking this electoral scorecard every week as these colors change, the closer and closer we get to Election Day.
Thank you, Shannon. Here to make more sense of the electoral map, Democratic strategist Joe Trippi. Joe, good to see you.
Good to be with you.
Tell me a little bit about your thoughts about this and the states that each candidate needs, and how they shape up.
I think the most interesting thing that Shannon pointed out, if Trump wins the 164 that are leaning towards him or with him right now, and then sweeps all, not some of the yellow, all of them. It's only 101. That's 265.
So he's five short.
He's
right?
5 short. He can't get there with every single swing state, toss-up state, and with everything he's got if he holds on to it. So that means he has to win one of those Midwestern states. He has to win Pennsylvania or Michigan.
So Ohio won't do it, or
Ohio
won't do it.
It's a swing state,
right.
So
he'd have to win that
and Michigan, Wisconsin, or Pennsylvania, if he can win all of it. At the same time, the other striking thing to me, Brett, is when you look at this, when you see states like Arizona and Georgia as toss-ups right now. Traditionally very Republican states.
In your heart of hearts, Joe, do you really think that Hillary Clinton can win Georgia or Arizona?
No, I don't believe that. I do think, though, I would keep my eye on North Carolina. I think she can pick that one off.
He has to have that.
He has to have it. But I do think by stretching him out, by putting pressure in Arizona and Georgia, and taking time and resources, making him have to fight for that, it makes it tough.
Obama carried North Carolina, as I recall, in 2008, correct? And then lost it in 2012?
12, yes.
So that's it's a slightly purple state.
Yeah, that really does go, has gone back and forth. Virginia's becoming, used to be in that category, but seems to, particularly with Tim Kaine on the ticket, seems to be rather safe this time for Democrats. I would look for North Carolina as the place where the Clinton people go in, put a huge get-out-the-vote operation and try to put slam the door shut on Trump there.
Are you surprised that the television advertising that Hillary Clinton has done, vastly more than the Trump campaign has done, has not seemed to have had more effect than it's had?
No, I don't. It's one of these things where I think so many people have made up their minds about both of these candidates, and we're fighting over three or 4 points that are really undecided. I think everybody else is dug in.
Because on paper there's some numbers that have the undecideds up in the teens, which is late for that number to be that high, right?
Yes, I do, but I think it's huge to have that number that high. But my own suspicion is that many of those people are not going to show up. And
oh, really?
Yeah, I think they won't. So
the undecideds would be non-voters.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that though means a 2% lead becomes bigger. Of course. Because it's you got a smaller number of people turning out with your lead. I think that there's a real small number of undecideds. They're very conflicted about these two candidates. I mean, very conflicted, and so you know, advertising is not going to have much effect, but you got to do it, and it may be the debates. Maybe I mean, I think the first debate's going to be critical, particularly if Trump's going to break out beyond the 265 that he has to have right now, plus find some other place to pick up.
He does have a hill to climb. Joe, thanks very much. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.